my time in Germany, I have had good as well as bad experiences with the public transport. Germany has in general a good reputation for punctuality and efficiency. But is it always like that? Is it always that punctual and efficient? Here I'm gonna share a few aspects about the public transport in Germany, like punctuality, how the system works, what the rules are, penalty tickets, and so on. Germany has in general a very efficient and integrated transport system. There's many different options like the subway system or underground, there's the tram, there's the buses everywhere. They work all together, so there's not just one way to reach a place. You can also take different ways, which is pretty good because you don't have just to stick to one transport system, and if you don't get it, that's it. No, it's like you have more options, and that makes it easier for you to reach a place. And their service, at least in the big cities, is very efficient and reliable. Trains and trams come usually very often, just like every 3 or 5 minutes, so you don't have to wait that much for the next one. Buses usually take a bit longer, sometimes every 15 minutes, every 20 minutes, so you might have to wait a bit more if you miss a bus. Sometimes if you miss a bus, it's a lot easier to go to a tram or subway station and take a different train to go to the same place, and you'll have the option to do it. There's also a good regional train system, the S-Bahn, which is the one that connects the main cities with small towns in almost every single village, and it reaches everywhere in the country. The normal subway system or underground is called the U-Bahn. The tram system is called Straßenbahn, so everything finishes in one. U-Bahn, S-Bahn, Straßenbahn, and buses. Using public transport is actually easy in a big city. There's all these different options I just mentioned. The U-Bahn, Straßenbahn, buses, everywhere. It's actually better and a lot easier than having your own car. I think most of the people in Germany, in the big cities, they use the public transport system because it's a lot easier. And actually not just for Germany. People get around very easy with the public transport in big cities. It's a lot easier than using the car. Many other people also use their own bikes or different kinds of options like the scooters or rental bikes. So if you have to travel from a main city to another big city, let's say Frankfurt to Cologne, there are direct trains that take you there very quickly, even way faster than by car. And if you're in a hurry, you have to go there very quickly. You have no time to waste. You can take the IC, which is the intercity, or you can take the ICE, which is the intercity express. Hey, it's ICE, not ICE like I thought it was. So this ICE is way faster than regular trains. It's also a bit more expensive. Well, a lot more expensive sometimes, but it's worth it if you need to make it in a specific time. On the other hand, if you're going to a big city from a small town or small village far away from everything in Germany, it's very difficult doing it by using the public transport. So if you're a person who has to commute very often and go to a big city from a small town or village or the other way around, the best way to do it is by car, of course. But in case you do not have a car or you just don't want to use it for a weekend or so, it's a bit complicated because the trains have to make a lot of stops and change lines going to those small villages or towns. So it's very confusing sometimes because you have to change lines, you have to change different trains sometimes or go to different platforms, and sometimes they change the platform. So sometimes you go to the right one and actually they change it, so you have to run very quickly to the other one. Sometimes you don't know what it is, and finally you find it, the train is gone, you missed it. It's so annoying. It happens all the time. Sometimes you do not have much time to do this. You have exactly the time to change or go from one platform to another one. And if you miss a train or a bus, you can even miss a whole hour waiting for the next option available for you. It's a lot of time. And that being the train's punctual. Imagine when they're late. Yes, it happens more than what you would think. You cannot always rely on them. So you always have to plan way in advance. So this is the train, this is the time. What if the train is late? I have this and this more option. It's actually not that easy. So if you often travel this way, just get a car. So how to get the tickets in Germany? It's very easy. Usually you get to see these ticket machines at every single train station, sometimes at the bus stop or bus haltestelle or tram station. Actually, at the bus station, not that much, more like a tram station. At the buses, you can get your tickets directly from the bus driver. It's actually the only option I know where you can get your tickets when you're inside. For all the other means of transportation, you have to get the tickets before getting on the train. So at the ticket machines, you usually get different kinds of tickets. You can find weekly tickets, daily tickets, monthly tickets. Sometimes there's more different options depending on the region you are. So it's not the same everywhere. You have to do a little bit of research before you're gonna buy your tickets. A single ticket costs €2.90, I think. But there's also many types of tickets depending on the time as well. I know, for instance, some happy hour tickets. I don't know if you can get them everywhere, but they're valid from 6 p.m. up to 9 a.m. But it's actually a pretty good option. It's very cheap and convenient as well. If you're going party, going out with some friends, you can always use it. I get interrupted all the time. Different ships coming and going all the time. Another way to get your tickets is online. It's very, very easy. So you can go to the website or you can get this app. It's like the Deutsche Bahn app. Actually very easy to use. I got a very nice view over here. Can you see the container over there? They come and go all the time. What kind of transport is there right now? Food? I have no idea. Okay, so with this app, it's very easy to get your tickets. At the website, it's very easy. You just look for the time you're traveling, the place you're going to, and then you're gonna find different options. But I think it's actually easier with the app. With the app, you just download it, then you have to set up an account, and there you can directly buy your tickets, download the tickets, and keep them in your phone. Okay. And since it's your account, you're gonna get your tickets under your name in case you need it. With this app, you can also take advantage of more promotions and fairs that they give. Yeah, it's actually not that bad. In this app, I think is where you can find these happy hour tickets. I don't know if it's available everywhere, but you can find it here. You can find also regional tickets or special different kind of tickets if you go from one city to another all the time, so you can get like special rate or special discount on it. For instance, this happy hour ticket is pretty good, which allows you to travel between 6 p.m. and 9 a.m. I think for about €3. It's actually pretty good. You can also keep track of all of your tickets, everything you have bought, and many other different options. Actually, I'm not sure if this application is also in English. I think it should be in English as well, because there's many people I know that are using it. It's just a bit of confusion sometimes. It's not that clear, all the options they have, and sometimes you have to really do research about it, like what kind of ticket I need, and you have to Google it and ask people about it, because the information in the application or the website is not 100% clear, and it's not that available. Like, you have to look for it, but they're not gonna let you know, oh hey, we got this special discount for you. You have to find it out. Well, there are a few more things to consider about buying the tickets. And well, actually not just buying the tickets, but about the ticket validation. You always have to validate your tickets. You always get to see this kind of ticket validating machine at every single station. Sometimes they're inside the trains. If you go in the trams, some trams, like at least where I am, they have the machine inside, but most places have it outside. So you really have to be careful about it, because you never know. Sometimes you think they're inside, but they're not. And I'm saying this because there's many people who think there's not much ticket control at the train stations or buses or trams. That's also one of the things I like from Germany, and not just from Germany, but also other European countries. There's no ticket controlling machines at the train stations, but you are expected to buy your ticket, validate it, and have your ticket with you validated before getting on the train. There's many people taking advantage of this freedom, and unfortunately, traveling without a ticket is called Schwarzfahren. And even though it seems like there's no ticket control at all, there is. So be careful and always validate your tickets. There are ticket controlling officers coming and going all the time, making sure that everybody has their validated ticket. If you don't have your ticket, you're gonna get a penalty fare of about €60. And if you have your ticket but you forgot to validate it, you're gonna get your penalty fare as well. It's the same, like you didn't have any ticket at all. So when they give you a penalty fine, they ask for your ID as well, so they can keep it in the records and have a way to contact you in case they don't get the payment in a few days. I'm saying this also because it's happened to me twice. The first time I had forgot my ticket at home. I had a monthly ticket and I used to take the bus every day. I usually had my ticket with me and I would never see a controlling officer around. But exactly the day I forgot it at home, a controlling officer showed up. It was so bad. He asked for it, I was looking for my ticket and I was like, oops, I forgot it at home. Since I had paid for my monthly ticket and I could prove that it was my ticket, I had to make an appeal to the U1 customer service office. They proved my ticket, made sure that all the information there was good. They made sure that I was the owner and that I had paid for it. So since they could prove that the ticket was mine, it was fine. They just asked for my personal ID, checked the information, and that was it. I didn't have to pay for any penalty fare. That was good. The second time was really bad. I just had bought the ticket. I bought it. I was gonna take the train, bought my ticket, everything was fine. I just did not find these validated ticket machines anywhere in the station. I looked for them, just didn't see them. I don't know, I thought it was inside the train like it happens sometimes. So I got in the train and I didn't see it. I was like, what is a validated machine? What is a validated machine? God. I was already inside the train, it closed the doors, and it was just like 1 or 2 stops to my destination. So I was like, okay, couldn't get out anyway. Just before getting off, the controlling officer came in. Hi lady, have your ticket? 2 stops, just a few minutes were enough for a controlling officer to walk by and ask for a ticket. I was like, I just bought it. Here, look at this. It has a date. I just bought it 2 minutes ago. I wanted to validate it. I just couldn't find a machine for it. I didn't find it. Look, it's not here anywhere in the train. No. There was nothing I could do. I had to pay for the penalty fare. 60 euros for a ticket I had paid. And I had paid for the ticket. I had my ticket with me. But I just didn't find the validated machine. So I tried to explain the situation, but it just did not work. In Germany, people are not flexible at all. They won't have mercy with you. So please keep that in mind. Punctuality. Germany is very famous for being very punctual and reliable. Is that true? With the German public transport, not that much. That's actually one of the things that surprised me the most when I was in Germany for the first time. Trains and buses being late. They are not always on time and actually they're often late, more often than what you think. Inside the cities, trains, trams and buses might be just a few minutes late, maybe from 3 to 5 minutes, not that much, so it's not a big deal. But regional trains take way more time. It's very common to see trains 15, sometimes 20 minutes late, sometimes more. So if you have to change trains, it's a nightmare. Imagine you have to change platforms and the first one is 20 minutes late. You'll more likely miss the next train and also the next following trains. So at the end, you ended up spending more than expected, maybe an hour more. It's a lot of waste of time. Just waiting for the next train, then for the next one, and the next one. So annoying. So that's why if you often have to commute, you have to really plan in advance, just to make sure you arrive on time, because you never know. Most of these disruptions are caused by the ongoing infrastructure repairs and technical issues. If you don't like public transport in general, too many people in a place, waiting too much time for the trains to come, changing trains, changing platforms all the time and all the hassle around, you can use your car, sure, but in the city a car is like a pain in the ass. You do not need it. So fortunately there's more options. Biking, of course. But there's also different options like rental bikes and e-scooters like you can see here. So if you do not have a bike, there's different rental bike providers all around the cities, and also you can rent e-scooters. And that's not just in Germany, but also in different cities in Europe. It's very easy and practical as well. You just need to download the app, create your account. You're gonna need a credit card for that. and reserve your bike or scooter, and that's it. When you find it, you just scan the barcode and you're good to go. Well, now it's time for me to have a nice ride and enjoy the good weather, so I'm leaving you now. So please let me know your thoughts and experiences with the public transport in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe as well. See you next time!